Nabhi Kriya for Prana Apana. Okay. Close your eyes. Socks off. Unless you have a reason not to. Spine straight, turn in and back. Sink into your breath. Bring yourself present. So Nabhi Kriya for Prana Apana, and we know that Prana is going up on the right side, Apana going down on the left side. We also know that the domain of the 5 vayus of your Prana is in the heart region, and your Apana is elimination from the Nabhi down. And in between, what's in between? Anybody know the name of that one?
Udana.
There's Samana for digestion. Uddiyana is above the prana for flying up. It comes from Udini, and it means to fly up. So when you have vomit or to cough or tears or anything coming up and out, so when you die, when you leave your body, is the Udana prana is a dominating, because it's lifting your spirit up and out. Somebody who spaces out too much is also Udana prana is already dominant. Okay, so that's above the prana. The prana, samana, apana. So there's 2 ways to hear that title. Am I working on a left-right balance in this kriya? Am I working on something between the apana eliminating and the prana in the heart region? That's the beginning question we have, okay? So, right leg stretched out, left foot on the side, and you know that if you can't get it there, it's acceptable to put it on the inside, but if you can. And sometimes after you're here and after 1 minute you might find that, have a go, and you might be able to lift it, okay? So don't take that as a fixed position, but be willing to test out. So, stretching out, inhaling, and then exhaling forward, taking your toe and pressing. 2 fingers go through, thumb on there. And the left hand, ideally, is to go around the foot, if you can, but otherwise is resting on the wrist, and the spine is stretched up. If you can't take the toes, you're going to take your ankle, something like that, okay? And you're going to pull up straight, so you're not collapsing or bending down. And if you're not in the menstruation or pregnant, it's a breath of fire or long deep breath. Keep the pressure on the toe, pull it back. It does actually say you can use 2 hands on the toes to put more pressure on the big toe with 2 hands. You're working with Nabhi because you're doing breath of fire. We're going to be doing the opposite side. So that's definitely a polarity of left and right balance coming up. Pull the chin in and down. It says to bring the chin into the cavity above the chest. There's a pressure in the thyroid and parathyroid. Inhale, exhale, and relax and move into the opposite position. So left leg out, right foot in the thigh, on the thigh, stretch up, exhale forward, take your toes, big toe, pull on it, and begin breath of fire. Comment is that exercise opens the lungs. Think about that, try and feel that. Why would it say that? It balances the polarity of the aura. So this is not just the aura, but the polarity of Prana, Apana again. Prana body is implied, because that's the energy and the magnetic field, the electromagnetic field, the electric part. The prana, and it stimulates the pituitary. How and why does it do that? Because you're pressing at the base of your big toe, which corresponds in reflexology to your pituitary gland. At the same time, you've done alternative, right side, left side, so clearly there is also work on your nadis, Ida and Pingala, Prana and Apana nadis. A few more seconds, stretch straight as you can, pulling in the chin. And inhale deep, hold it, stretch. Exhale and relax. Next exercise is from lying on the back, so let's go on the back to have 1 minute. If you want to make notes, that's why I asked you to have your pen and paper beside you, so if something standing out for you, or a question you may have about that exercise, or something you're observing in your own experience, make a note of that, we'll review it after.
You said something about prana goes up on the right.
Yes, prana rising on the left side, apana eliminating on the left side. That's pingala, nadi on the left side, ida, nadi on the right side. Yeah.
Other way around, no? Pingala on the right and ida on the left.
Correct, yeah. Pingala is the red nadi, the name of the nadi on the right side. Pingala.
So holding the big toe affects the pituitary gland.
And the big toe, pituitary gland. We'll go in more discussion. Just note down your own observations and we'll discuss later. Let's get into the next exercise. Lifting up the knees to the chest and then alternatively kicking the buttocks with the heels. And if you can't reach, at least imagine that you are reaching, because imagination goes a long way. Kicking the buttocks, so it's on left and right side again, stimulating the nadis, Pingala on the right, Ida on the left. And see if you can combine it with the breath, so you're exhaling each time you kick. That might moderate the rhythm of the movement. Exhaling as you kick. comment is that it aids digestion, which is the samana vayu. So is it because of the position, the proximity to the large intestines and the eliminating canal? Is there something happening in the Nabhi area with the fire element and digestion? Inhale, just hold in the middle somewhere, and exhale, relax. Make a note of your experience. We'll move quite quickly to the next exercise. It's a yogi bicycle. Okay, so the feet stay in the parallel to the ground, rising about 10 centimeters or so off the ground. And they stay parallel, not round and round, but forward and backwards, alternating, pushing out one leg and then the other, pushing from the toes or heels. Try the difference as well as you go with it. Exhale one leg out and then inhale as that leg comes in and the other leg goes out. Try to observe if you're going round and round or if you're going forward and backwards. And don't go round and round. Try not to do that. Forward and backwards. Low to the ground, not too high in the air. Just 10 centimeters or so. That puts a pressure on the lower back, which means you might need to support your lower back with your hands under the buttocks. Feel the difference. It's good to try these things out even if you don't need to, so that if you're teaching it to somebody else, you understand how that eases the pressure, and you'll certainly see that some people are arching too much or stressing, and how when you're supporting the buttocks with their palms flat on the ground underneath, it makes it a little bit easier. If you don't need to do that, the hands should rest on the ground anyway next to the hips, palms facing down. That would anyway be the position of the hands. Again, you're doing left and right, so it's again the Prana, Apana, two nadis are implied, and yet it's a lot of work on your Nabhi because it's also under stress to hold you in a position. And the comment is, exercise gives what? No comment. Okay. Aids digestion also, same as the previous exercise. Aid to digestion. More seconds. Inhale, stretch out both legs. Exhale, relax. Think about where Prana, Apana, what part they play in digestion. In the sense, for example, of getting the prana nourishment from the food you've been eating, and the last stages of your assimilation in the large, small, and then large intestines. And yet, of course, at the same time, Apana has to kick in so that the system can appropriately eliminate when the assimilation is done. So how Prana, Apana are actually working in the digestion itself. Okay, you're going to go to the platform pose. So you roll on your spine, lift up your knees and head, roll, come up and forward, and then over onto your stomach. Hands will be underneath your shoulders, feet are on the ground. And it's on the front of the feet ideally, but if you struggle with it, come up on the toes. And also the hands have two options, which is the whole hand flat on the ground, spread out the fingers, it helps you distribute the weight, or you can go up on the fingertips. Of course it's more pressure. The comment, it does say it stimulates the brain in addition to strengthening the lower back. And that brain stimulation is coming also from this pressure, also the pressure that will happen here on the feet. It's a lot of things happen here that we may not realize, so putting that pressure on the front of the feet, on the ground, it's not often that you're in that scenario where you're getting pressure on this area of your body. So it's a very unique kind of scenario here, yeah? So try that out, and whenever it's too stressful, go on your toes, try to come back again and feel what's being stimulated by that, okay? So I'm going to now the platform pose, raising up the body by this pressure on the hands. Try not to do cobra on the way. See if you can go straight into a full press up, the whole body straight into a platform, straight line, keep your head in line, don't drop the head down, don't lift it too high either. Just experiment. You can keep your knees on the ground. Yes, okay, take it easy. You know what you can't do. If you want to, try with just the knees on the ground and just feel where the pressure is happening in your brain and through the shoulders as well. A lot of pressure goes in the shoulders through this platform position, and try to feel that and use your breath to work through some of that pressure, to see what wants to move and where it wants to move. It's a very pressure exercise, which is quite different from the previous ones. A lot of movement and dynamic, and this is static and working with pressure. So, no problem. Any limits you know you have with your body, respect that. But when you can experiment, try to see what you experience. Okay, we'll do 30 seconds more, strengthening the lower back, stimulating the brain. See what happens if you put more pressure on the fingers. Your brain is probably panicking for sure, so that's one stimulation that's going on. And inhale, hold, hold, hold. Exhale slowly, slowly, slowly down you go. Relax, relax, relax. Stretch out, palms beside, up facing up, arms beside the body, turn the head to the side. You can go into baby pose if you wish, or it's okay to do that. Back problems often start from the base and rise up, so working on the lower back, very important to give it strength. And lower back, of course, is now to the central line. So if you think we've been working on left, right, and then an exercise like that puts you into a kind of a central canal. Okay, going through baby pose as a transition to come to lying on your back. Okay? Legs forward. I'm going to go into stretch pose, so just to facilitate that, first lift up your knees with your feet flat on the ground beside your buttocks for a moment, and just to rock a little bit your hips and feel how you can get your lower spine onto the ground as much as you can. Just test that out, okay? By the posture of lifting up the knees and stretching the lower back a bit, okay? And once you've done that, okay, stretch out your legs now, then lift the head up, stretch the arms, point to the toes, and if you're in the menstruation you don't do this, you may do one leg at a time or not any legs, but imagine when you can look at the toes, keep the eyes open, breath of fire. So we know that for raising Kundalini you have to mix Prana and Apana into the Nabhi. So Nabhi Kriya for balanced Prana, Apana, getting the Prana, Apana balance ready to bring it in to Nabhi. And this is obviously Nabhi exercise. Set the navel, it also of course works in the samana, digestive area. And have a go at smiling while you're in this exercise. It's a very good challenge to yourself to turn it into just from an exercise into a Kriya. A few more seconds, big smile. Whenever the breath of fire gets like, I can't do this anymore, try and stay in posture and do a few long deep breaths. Okay, that's quite okay to do that. And hold. Okay, hold it. Inhale to hold. Pull the Nabhi tight, 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 tight. Gently as you come out of it, slow as you can. Slowly, slowly. Don't do collapse. Come out slowly. And breathe long and deep. Roll on the spine, with your head up as well. Lift the head before you start rolling. And roll 2 times, come forward, and come and sit up. Okay. So, arms stretched out, we're moving into the Prana zone. Now, so the other interpretation of Prana, Apana, of above and below rather than left and right. So stretching out 60 degrees, fingers wide, close your eyes, be at your third eye, use the mantra of Sat Nam. Long, deep breathing. 60-degree angle, so you're not out to the left and right, but forward a little bit. So there's a 60-degree in your hands. It really would be like dividing this line 180 degrees into 3 parts. One equal part, and the part in the middle would be equal to... Do you follow that? You understand that? That's 60 degrees. Tense the fingers tightly. This is really like preparatory for the next stage which is coming, so just really get ready, feel that feeling of readiness in it, tune into your heart. You're going to be bringing the prana into the heart center. And when you reach the center, it's not always specified, but the idea is the exhale will be very strong. It does not have to be through the mouth, it's just an exhale, although you often find people will do it through the mouth, but I don't recommend it unless you have to. And you're also going to open the palms as you arrive at the heart center. You don't contact to the body, because that's like physical short circuit. It's a purely energetic thing. So you take a deep breath, and you close the fists, and really have that feeling. You pulled in the prana, and now with a lot of tension, slowly, the body is shaking. So much tension that your body shakes, your spine shakes, so you're holding, and just as you're a few centimeters away, open and exhale, and palms open, and don't straight away fly out. That was to let the prana sink in to the heart region. Then you stretch out, deep inhale, make the fist, slowly pulling in the whole, every fiber of your arm, from top to bottom, as tense as can be. You're pulling the walls from either side of the room into your body. As you get quite close, you open the palms, exhale, take that few seconds to let that infiltrate into your heart chakra. Open out again with the inhale. Big stretch. And then grab and stop pulling. Take more time. Really, the weight is bigger than you think it is. Really put yourself in an almost impossible, and pulling together things which Prana and Apana, left and right side, which don't easily come together. Exhaling as you reach the heart. And again. And after the next exhale, you just stretch out again. Stay in that open position, 60 degrees. Breathing long and deep. Just feel the difference if you remember how was it before you did that tensing exercise. Feel your heart now, filled with prana. Very, very slowly, you're going to bring the palms close, not contacting. Open hands and palms open, and just be, again, 10 centimeters away from each other in front of the heart, and your eyes are opening, looking down into that space, breathing long and deep. Polarity, prana and apana, and giving and receiving. With the palms facing each other, and feel the charge between the hands without contact. So much prana is taken and given, received and released through the hands and through the fingers. And that's what your heart is for, the cup of prayer in your heart, the giving and receiving, it's all a flow. now let the palms contact each other. Slowly, slowly, very sensitively, bring the hands to touch each other. Bring the thumbs to your sternum. Prayer pose. Remember Satnam. Hear it in your heart. And you're going to bow forward and the hands will reach to the ground, but don't stretch the hands out in front of you, but actually from at your heart level, and you can relax the hands down, palms can touch the ground, under your heart. Go down as forward as you can, as relax slowly into that position. Use the exhale to open up the spine and relax deeper into that posture. Very slowly rise up, coming up straight and putting your hands in Gyan Mudra. Focus on your third eye. Listen to your breath. Link with the mantra and just be meditative. And now lie down on your back and at least cover your legs, if not your whole body. Let it be a moment of self-healing, rebalancing, totally receptive. Release the body as much as you can, your limbs, your organs. Inhaling, exhaling, feeling your body, start moving fingers and toes, stretching the arms back, breathing more strong, stretching, tighten, relax muscles in your spine and limbs, and twist a little bit here and there, get into cat stretch. And after cat stretch, rubbing your hands and feet, generate heat. Rub your eyes with that heat, massage your face, look at your hands, and then roll on the spine, lifting up your head to the knees, rolling forward backwards. Another interesting topic I think to study here is then matching up meditation to the Kriya. Okay. Let's say we examine that Kriya first from the physiological, organic level, mechanical level, then we go to the energetic chakras and psychology and spirit. So what was happening on the physiological level? Apart from moving your body, physical body, what can you say?